But the true horror of the Valley of Lost Souls is not simply the appearance of these phantom inhabitants. It is what they do when they notice the living among them. At first, they ignore outsiders, continuing their hollow pantomime of normalcy. But as the night deepens and midnight approaches, they begin to take notice. Their movements slow, their heads turn in unison toward any living person present, and then they smile. The smiles are all identical, too wide, stretching their faces in ways that faces should not stretch. They begin to approach, slowly at first, then faster. They reach out with hands that feel like ice and grip with impossible strength. They speak in those hollow, echoing voices, asking questions about the date, about the world beyond the valley, about whether visitors would like to stay, always inviting them to stay. Those who manage to escape report that the creatures try to pull them into buildings, into homes and shops, promising comfort and safety and a place to belong. They describe being surrounded by dozens of these things, all reaching and grabbing, their empty eyes reflecting nothing, their smiles never wavering. The air becomes suffocatingly cold, and reality itself seems to bend and warp, as if the very fabric of existence is thinner in this place. The truly horrifying accounts come from those who were caught in the town past 3 in the morning. At this hour, the pretense drops entirely. The phantom inhabitants stop their imitation of life and simply stand motionless in the streets, filling every available space, shoulder to shoulder, forming an impenetrable wall of silent, staring figures. They make no sound, do not move, simply watch with those void-like eyes as the trapped living person realizes there is no escape. When dawn approaches, something even stranger occurs. As the first light touches the eastern peaks, the phantom inhabitants begin to fade, becoming translucent, then transparent, then vanishing entirely like morning mist. The lights go out, the sounds cease. The town returns to its daytime state of perfect, silent preservation. And anyone who was caught in the town overnight finds themselves standing alone in the empty streets once more, questioning whether what they experienced was real. But those who survived carry marks that prove the encounter was no dream. Frostbite on their arms where the creatures touched them despite the desert heat. Watches and electronic devices permanently stopped at the exact moment they first saw the phantom inhabitants. And in their memories, seared forever, the image of those smiles and those empty eyes. The most disturbing aspect of the legend is the fate of those who did not escape. Local authorities in distant counties occasionally receive reports of abandoned vehicles found along forgotten roads leading toward the valley. The cars are always empty, keys still in the ignition, belongings left behind. Search parties find nothing. The people simply vanish, as if they never existed beyond that moment. Some say that those who are caught by the phantom inhabitants become part of the town themselves, trapped in the eternal loop, condemned to emerge when darkness falls and walk the streets in hollow imitation of life, wearing human shapes but no longer human, waiting in the Valley of Lost Souls for the next traveler to stumble upon the town that should not exist. The elders in surrounding areas warn against seeking this place. They say the valley has always been cursed, that something happened there long ago, before the town was built, something that wounded reality itself and created a pocket where past and present merge, and neither the living nor the dead can find peace. They say the town is a trap, a lure, drawing the curious and the lost into its embrace, never to release them. And so the legend persists. Somewhere in the forgotten corners of the Southwest, there is a valley where a town appears under the daylight sun, perfect and preserved and impossibly empty. A town where, when darkness falls, the dead walk and the laws of nature bend. A town that exists in the space between moments, between life and death, between reality and nightmare. The Valley of Lost Souls awaits, patient and eternal, for the next person who takes the wrong turn and finds themselves on a road that should not exist, driving toward a destination for which there may be no return.